Hello everyone. Today I'm popping on just to show you what I've done with the Serenity Scrapbooking Workshop. I was hoping to pop on well before Christmas, but I got caught up in all the Christmas rush and I hosted Christmas this year and it was spread out over a couple of days. So I got a little bit busy and I've just finished off these pages, but I wanted to pop on even though this catalogue finishes on the 31st of December. I wanted to pop on to show you what I've done with this scrapbooking workshop. I absolutely love the colours in it, and you'll find it in the catalogue that it's a very floral looking scrapbooking kit. But when I saw the elements that were contained in this, I instantly thought beach pages. It's summer here in Australia right now, and I suppose that's where my brain went when I saw them. And I wanted to convert these to show that there is such flexibility in these scrapbooking workshop kits that you can make them your own way. You don't have to follow these instructions. They are beautiful pages, and if this is what you want to do, that's fine. But I just like to give an example of what else you could do by stretching them out. The scrapbooking workshop kits are designed to do 3 double page spreads, and what I've done with my pages, I've managed to do 7 double page spreads and 1 single page, which would be a front title page of an album. So I'll flick through and show you what I've done. You get all of these beautiful papers, some exclusive die cuts that you can only get within the kit, and also Bluebell glitter gems, and you can choose whether or not you want the memory protectors, so that's a really good option as well. So let's dive in and I'll show you what I have done with this kit. Project 1 has an overlay design. These pieces here all pop out and then you can put the paper behind them. What I decided to do, because I really love this washed sand looking paper, and this is why I thought instantly of beach projects, I wanted this side to be the feature, not the other side, which does have a texture to it. I don't know if you can see it on this at all. There is a texture to that, but that would be the side that you would use if you followed the instructions. But I flipped it over because I really loved this texture on the paper, and I thought instantly sand and beach. And instead of popping a pattern paper behind it, I've just used French vanilla, and I've flicked on some gold shimmer brush because I just wanted to bring out a little bit of sparkle in these pages. See here, I've utilised as much space as possible. There's plenty of room for photos. And what I've done is I've flipped these up and put a little bit of foam tape underneath so that that gives a little bit more texture and a little bit more lift to them. Instead of using the floral design, which you can see here, together is the little title, and that floral design is all in one piece, I've actually cut that away, and then I've cut my title out of the pieces that came out of here. So Beach Days is cut from that using the simple serif thin cuts, and you can see that you get quite a few letters from one piece if you organize it, so you can have a longer title than this. I've still got several left over that I can use on other projects if I want to, and I've just double stacked them with a bit of Bluebell behind it. This double page spread here is based on Project 2 with the envelope. I wanted to keep that element in there, but I thought it would be fun to use on a beach page. I've done some smushing with some Bluebell ink. I've whitewashed the sapphire on the side by dragging the ink pad, the White Daisy ink pad, across it, and I've used some of the little elements here to tuck in around the photos. I've kept the journaling tag the same as the original layout, but instead of lining the envelope with the snowflake paper, I've actually lined it with this gorgeous ombre paper here. It instantly changes it from a winter theme page to possibly a water sports or beach day page. This layout here is based on Project 3, using a lot of these elements here. These are all die cuts and they come as rectangular strips, but instead of cutting them on the diagonals as the instructions show here, I've kept them as rectangle strips and flipped them over and used other papers in there as well. And for the title here, I've used the uppercase of the simple serif thin cuts. I've put some tags and things in here that are all the die cuts. Some of them you'll notice this piece, and this piece are all actually one tag, but I've cut it up and slotted them in to carry along those colours within this double page spread. And once again, I've done some smooshing with the Bluebell ink, and I've done some toffee shimmer brush flicks. So the next group of pages I'm going to show you are like bonus pages. I've made projects 1, 2 and 3, and I've used elements of each of these but made them into my own pages. And now with the pieces that I have left, I have gone ahead and made some other double page spreads. Because I lined the inside of this envelope with this ombre paper, I had a piece left like this, and I love how this looks across with the ombre running up the sides of the pages. I've staggered photos across here, and each of these photos will have its own journaling element underneath. And for this, I've used the tags and tabs thin cuts. And what you can see here is I've actually layered it. So I've cut the base piece, then I've cut the top bit with a little bit of Bluebell, and then I've just cut a piece of white daisy and drawn some lines on it ready to do some journaling. I've utilised the 2 zip strips that coordinate, that match each other, and I've cut them down so that they can run across the page and bring a bit of depth to the page and some continuity. And with the title, I don't know if you can see, but I've actually stacked about 4 of them on top of each other, and it gives them like a chipboard feel and gives a bit of dimension to the page. This one is using papers from the kit as well, and this wreath design could also be a beachy type theme. I've run the whitewash across it with the white daisy ink, and you'll see that I'm starting to bring in some stamps and stamped images. This is the Serenity Scrapbooking stamp set with thin cuts, and these letters here, you'll notice that I've stamped them there. They're up on foam tape, but I've also used, there's these gorgeous little pieces here that you can stamp along the elements, and I've white heat embossed those. I've used, instead of cutting out the simple serif letters, I've actually used the stamp set just to do this. Now these coordinate with each other, so you can use them, you can cut these out and then stamp inside. It's easier to actually thin cut them first and then stamp. I usually stamp first and thin cut, but for this I have just stamped directly onto the page. And this little bit here, I've used the tabs, and this is something that I love about this stamp set. Yes, it's floral, and you've got letters here that traditionally are to spell love, joy and hope, but you can mix them up to spell other words, but they have tabs as well, and this little circle element. So lots of bits to tuck in amongst your photos and your elements. And I've used a collection of 3 different fonts for this title. So I've used the Serenity Scrapbooking font here, I've used the simple serif alphabet there, and I've also used the modern typewriter alphabet because that fitted perfectly inside this little tab element. With the following pages, I've used the stickers that come within this kit. There are a lot of floral stickers on the Serenity Scrapbooking pages. What you basically get when you purchase a scrapbooking kit is you get the pattern papers that coordinate with that scrapbooking kit, and also the sticker sheet. And this sticker sheet here has a lot of florals. I've been able to use some of these on pages. This is the sticker that I cut apart before with the together, and I cut away this floral element, and on this page here I've tucked it in alongside my big photo mat here for my grouping of 4x4 photos. So you can use these sticker sheets and cut them up and do different things with them from what they're originally designed with to suit the pages you're trying to do. I've used a zip strip here and I've cut that in half to bring in more of the toffee element, and I've actually used almond as the mats for this because I liked the softer colour with these. I love how the florals look with this toffee paper, and I've torn these pattern pieces here and I've sponged the edges with toffee ink and just cutting my own 1/4 inch strips and 1/2 inch strips just to bring more of the colour through and balance the blues up to the top of the page to ground everything. When I'd finished doing the layouts, I had a lot of the sticker sheet left over and I thought, why not make a wreath? I love this page. I have done a separate video showing how I've put this together. So if you'd like to look at that as well, I will post that shortly. Basically, I just traced a big bowl that I have and played around with tucking these leaf and the flower elements on it. And you'll see I've brought in the gold stickers. And there's also this little gold spray of leaves. And I just wanted to point out what I've done with that. I don't know if you can see this. I'll bring this up close. This is an actual wreath. And I've cut that apart to give me more sprigs to tuck in and around this wreath, bigger wreath that I've made here. But I can see this being a front page for an album. I can put 2021 or a year on there, or I can put that in this little tab element here, and then if this was my 2021 family cover, I put 2021 here and put family along there. In the video, I sort of made the wreath and I videoed how I did it, but when I looked at it later, I decided it needed a little bit more, so I've used the gold shimmer brush and done some splattering around there, and I've added a few little bluebell gems just to finish off the page. So now I'll just show you what I have left. So this is all that is left. There's just a few little stickers from this kit, a couple of strips of paper. I have this Believe, which I'm going to use on a Christmas page. I love the gold foiling on the stickers that we have with this kit. It just adds just the right touch. So you can see from this, there's hardly anything left over at all. So what I'm going to do with these is make some cards. You can see I've had a little bit of play with trying to wash some more colour on there, but I decided to rip the paper instead. And that's basically it for the Serenity Scrapbooking Workshop kit. I hope you've enjoyed seeing these pages. I'll put some stills up at the end of the video. Any of my customers that have purchased this kit for me will get instructions with their purchase on how to put all these pages together if they'd like to use them. There's still time to get this kit, and then there's a new release coming out 1st of January, so I'm thinking after a period of time it might go into online only if it hasn't sold out, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to post these pages. I hope you've enjoyed my walkthrough of what I've done with the Serenity Scrapbooking Workshop kit. I've got a lot of pages here. I'm really happy with how I was able to extend this kit and use some inks to do some smushing and some whitewashing and all sorts of techniques involved with putting this together. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.